Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do part 2 of custom decorative rollers, and we're going to create this mug together. So I know you saw last time there was this mountain rolling pin that was already created, and this is me just finishing it up. I'm checking how deep these grooves go into the piece by taking extra pieces of clay and just sticking it on. And where I think it needs to be deeper, I'm just going and finishing up with my wooden skewer to just make sure I can see these details better when I roll them onto a slab. So with a slab that's been set up, I'm going to roll it out and compress both sides with a rib to make sure it's nice and smooth. You want to make sure you're compressing your slabs, or you could have some issues during firing. So here you can see I made the two. The one that's thicker has the deeper grooves. That's the one you want. That's how you want to make this. So you see I'm going to roll it out, and then I'm going to cut where those lines are on the top and bottom from my roller, and that's going to be the size of my mug. I'm going to set that to the side, and I'm going to grab a little slump mold. I'm just going to cut out a circle using the base. There's no exact size to make the bottom of this. I just found having a circle already there to use to cut. I find this slab is a little too thick, so I'm just rolling it out here. And then I'm going to, again, compress my slab on both sides using my rib. Then, like I said, this is a drape mold. So all you do is you drape your clay on top, pat it down, and then set it into the fan to dry up. Once it's set where it's not changing shape, you're ready to make your foot. All the foot is a coil that you've put together as a ring, and then you've attached to the bottom. Then you can kind of treat it like you're throwing a foot on a wheel almost. So create your coil, make sure it's the size you want, and then you're going to actually trace both the inside and outside circle from that coil ring you made. So place it down as centered as possible and draw the ring on the inside and the outside. This is going to tell you and show you where you need to scratch onto your base. So scratch your clay up, make sure it's pretty well scratched. You're going to also scratch the ring, and then you're going to add your water, which acts as your slip. Now when you're adding your water to where you've scratched, you're not smoothing down those scratch marks. You're actually just putting water inside those little crevices. Here I'm using a soft rib to kind of smush down the sides of my coil into my base, because I want it to be a solid cohesive piece. And I actually use the back side of my needle tool to get the inside. And then I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to spin my base on the banding wheel I have there. And this is kind of like throwing a foot. Clean it up, smooth it out, try to make it as flat as possible so your cup sits flat, but don't worry, you can clean this up after you've put your piece together. And don't forget to set this in front of the fan to set up. And now we're ready to attach. I want my slab to actually go on the outside of my base, but you can choose to put it flat on there, so the base kind of goes right into your slab. Here you can see I'm just spinning my base on the banding wheel so that I can create like a straight line, so I know where to scratch on here. And again, I'm scratching quite a bit. I'm not just putting little shallow lines on my clay. I'm really scratching into this because I need these two pieces to come together. My clay is still a little wet, which it needs to be, or you won't be able to roll it. So I find it easier to actually put the base onto the slab and then roll up onto it. And then it will hold and you can put your slab pieces together. Now I'm just kind of compressing them together, smoothing them down. I'll smooth both the outside and the inside. And for this piece, I kind of want it to clearly look hand-built, so it's not a perfectly smooth compression line together. Now I'm going back here and cleaning up the foot. This has already been sitting in front of the fan, so it's at its leather hard consistency, and I'm just going back and evening things out. I want to make sure that this has a tight seal, so I'm going back, cutting, smoothing things down, and compressing my clay together. I actually take this needle tool, and in between where the slab and the base come together, I'm compressing that clay. Smoothing it out, no sharp edges, because remember, when you glaze a sharp edge, it kind of becomes like a knife, so you gotta be careful. Cleaning up my foot one more time, smoothing it out to make sure my mug sits flat. And then I'm going to clean up the rim of my mug and make sure it's not all bumpy and sharp. Now I'm ready to attach the handle, and you can refer back to how I made this handle in the group handle video we made. I'm just looking to see where it will attach onto my mug, and then I'll cut and slip and score it in place. You can see here my handle is cracking a little. It's a little dry. That's okay. I'll add a little bit of water to my finger and compress those cracks together. And there you have it. A mug made from a hand-built decorative roller. Awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.